Good afternoon. Today is Monday, March 17th, 2025. It is 2:00 p.m. and this is our Land Bank Committee meeting. I will first ask for the roll to be called for attendance, please.
Colleen Gilson.
Here.
Stuart Hastings.
Here.
Jared Oliver.
Here.
John Orzak.
Here.
Steve Pajali.
Here.
Awesome. The first item for business, as usual, is reviewing of the previous minutes. The last meeting was a special meeting on January 30th, 2025. The draft minutes were in your packet, and if there's anything to review or discuss, we can do this now. Otherwise, have a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
Okay, no discussion necessary. We'll call the roll on that motion, please.
Steve Pajali.
Yes.
John Orzak.
Yes.
Jared Oliver.
Yes.
Stuart Hastings.
Yes.
Colleen Gilson.
Yes.
Okay, great. We do have a couple of items for old business. The first is the disposition plan for the large Pipe Street parcel that we own, and that is the parcel number 57025530.000. A few of you will know that since about 2018, we've been trying to figure out a way to dispose of this property. The big problem is that it's basically landlocked. So we've been working with the surrounding owners to try to give some expansion to their property, their current property. The property is 3.368 acres, and we obtained it April 30th of 2015. So meetings occurred from 2018, 19, and 20, and then a few more meetings occurred in 2023, noting that a new application had come through for the purchase of the property to build a single-family home, which is what the zoning is, current zoning. At that time, the item was tabled so that we could come up with some scenarios to try to keep a building parcel along with expanding the neighbor's property. So now it's 2025, and on February 7th, 2025, we sent certified letters out to the surrounding owners requesting confirmation of whether they were still interested. And what we obtained from that was that 7 people are still interested in combining the rear of the property for expansion. And we do have a scenario that does leave a buildable parcel. The current proposal is shown in your packet. It's got the green parcel and then the splits. The remaining piece, number 3, will be held for new property development or new single-family development. So with something like this, it's not in the ordinary. Staff recommends that the city be responsible for the expense of the lot split survey, the new legal descriptions, and new individual deeds, which will be paid out of the land bank report. In return, it's important to say that the city would be relieved of maintaining this lot, which was estimated in a prior meeting to be approximately $10,000 a year. And that's saying that we mow it twice a month during the mowing season. We are waiting for a quote from the professional surveyors, but it is assumed that the cost would be at least $5,000 for this, which is currently available in the land bank budget. So additionally, staff recommends that the individual property owners absorb the cost of a typical request for side lot expansion. So that is currently $200 for each parcel, with the cost of combining the new parcel into their own. So in the cases of lots, or the numbers, 1, 2, 5, and 11, we would suggest that they pay $200 plus the fees to combine, and that would come out of a new survey to combine these lots. New deeds and recording fees would also come from the applicant. So in the cases of 6, 8, and 12, where they're absorbing more than one piece, They would be responsible to pay for each little piece that they're acquiring. So in the event of number 6, they would pay $400. Number 8 would pay, it looks like $600. And number 12 would pay $800, plus the cost of the survey, new legals, combination, recording, et cetera. There's still some work. But this is where we're at. We know that we can move forward from here as we have engaged with the surrounding property owners. So it is requested that we do discuss today or make a motion today about the disposition. This does still keep a buildable lot along with some backyard expansions. So at this time, we're requesting discussion or approval or denial.
I'm going to move approval for the recommended disposition of the city-owned parcel located between Pipe Street and Rhodey, Erie County Parcel 57-02553.000.
Second.
Okay, any additional discussion?
Yeah, I'd like to, I'm sorry, Stu, go ahead if you'd like.
Oh, I just had a question.
Sure.
Number 5 is taking the lot next door. Is that the green part of 5, is that a buildable lot?
No, that is completely wooded, and it's right next to the railroad tracks.
Okay.
There's nothing there for that.
I just wanted to note, and thank you, Debbie, for your work on putting together what is a complicated disposition strategy to a very long time held piece of property. I think what you've put forward and the work you've done in notifying the residents in the area of the opportunity is commendable. This is something that city administration has wanted to see moved forward for quite some time, and your patience has paid off in a good disposition strategy that you've brought forward today.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll just add that I've been involved since 2018, and I'm happy to see that this is moving forward to relieve the burden of maintaining the lots or this parcel and giving the property owners some space that they have been interested in since 2018. So thank you.
Anything further?
I have a couple of quick questions. If my memory's correct, the person who came and wanted to build a house on there, they wanted the entire property for one house, right?
They did, that's correct.
That's what I thought. And do they have any interest in the buildable lot? Is it 3?
It is lot, I apologize, it is lot 3. I have not had conversation with the interested party recently. He has not come back to ask for an update. We can certainly reach out to him and
Sure,
let him know.
whatever you feel is the best approach. But my other question was, do we do the transfer after all these things are taken care of, the combination and all the costs are picked up by the people that are going to acquire those lots?
So the majority of the cost will be, or the end result of the cost would be on the applicants. So they are going to be responsible for combining however many sections they're taking. However, we're going to split that cost or share the cost with them by preparing these lots and splitting them into the necessary pieces that are needed for this. But they will have some expense, which is the same thing as our side lot expansion. It's $200 plus the cost to combine.
Yeah, I guess my question is, I just want to make sure that we don't transfer the property and then they still haven't combined it. We find out years later that it was never combined. Is there some sort of check and balance in place to make sure that happens?
We will not do any transfers without collecting that money first and then doing the actual combination. Yep.
Good.
That will come when we get a more a firm quote for how much it's going to cost them. Figure all that out, but
All right.
yeah. Okay, anything further? We'll call the roll then on the motion to approve.
Jared Oliver,
Yes.
Steve Pajali,
Yes.
Colleen Gilson,
Yes.
John Orzak,
Yes.
Stuart Hastings.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. It's great to move forward on this one, and it looks like we're going to be able to now. So final approval will come at a later date from our city commissioners, but we'll have to, like I said, firm things up a little bit, but thank you for your support on this. So the next item is, I put in the old business as well. Amanda Zollner, property owner at 512 Reese Street, has requested ownership of the city-owned vacant lot located on Reese Street, formerly 516 Erie County parcel number 57-02901.000, for the purpose of constructing a storage shed and adding a driveway. But I did want to mention that Ms. Zollner does not occupy the two-family home. Her listed tax mailing address is on East Perkins Avenue. And then the other thing that I did want to specify is that in a former meeting, we did approve a lot expansion for the person on the other side, which was Mr. Richter. He had just purchased his home, and he wanted to add on to the home, but he has not provided any building plans or anything yet. So we have not finalized that. We will not finalize that until he does provide the proper documentation. So back to Ms. Zollner, her property consists of an upper and a lower unit, and there is no indication that the property has been occupied since 2017. So she may be working on the property, but she did mention that soon her son will be moving into one of those units. The city acquired the parcel in between, the vacant parcel, on August 9th of 2016. A single-family home was there and demolished around 2010. The property has remained vacant and non-productive since then. Erie County Treasurer foreclosed on the property due to unpaid taxes and assessments. The parcel is located between 518 and 512, and it is zoned residential, or R140, which is single-family residential, as is the rest on the block. That's consistent. It's 33 by 132 and valued at approximately $7,760. Let's see. Both applicants are willing to split the property if it comes to that, but Ms. Zollner is the only one that has submitted that she wants to build a shed and a driveway and submitted a drawing of such. I think it's on this page. Our planning department has worked with her, stating that there are certain setbacks to maintain, and it's kind of a dark photo, but she's got the shed in the back. That would be right by the actual dwelling. And then she does have a driveway on the side of Mr. Richter, and she noted this because there is already a curb cut. So if the property is split and if the other guy does turn in anything and the property is split, she's willing to move that. The city would be relieved of the maintenance on the property, which is approximately $250 each time it's mowed. If approved, the recommended purchase price would be the same as what we mentioned prior, $200 plus the expenses to combine the property. Taxes would be then absorbed into her property. We would have to have approval from this committee, the planning department, city commission, and then we would draw up a purchase agreement with conditions. And then now it's requested that you move to either approve or deny based on the information that we provided for the 516 Reese Street, Erie County parcel number 57-04629.000 for side lot expansion.
I would move to approve the request as presented.
Okay. There's-
Second.
Okay, any discussion?
I'll note that I'm a little uncomfortable approving it as presented, just for the fact that the property has not been moved towards a state of habitability since 2017. I would be in favor of hearing the request again if there was a plan in place for, or permits pulled for the renovation of the home and perhaps someone in the family occupying it. We just don't know that this is going to come to fruition. And the fact that it's not owner-occupied for side yard expansion just gives me a little discomfort at this time.
Okay, any other discussion? All right, we will call the roll then on the motion to approve.
John Orzak,
No.
Colleen Gilson,
No?
Stuart Hastings,
No.
Steve Pajali,
I guess I'll defer to staff, no.
Jared Oliver.
No.
Okay, I will notify the applicant, I didn't know if we needed another. Okay, I'll notify the applicant that we would require something a little more informational. Okay, we do have a new, it's not really an application, this is just probably more informational for everybody. 216 Franklin Street. So we all know that we've got some big developments on Market Street. So this is on the corner of Market and Franklin. So the city has owned this property. It was acquired through sheriff's sale on 6/29/16. A two-family residential structure was demolished, leaving the site non-productive and vacant. So the Erie County Treasurer's Office foreclosed on the property in 2015 for taxes and assessments in excess of $14,000. The lot is currently zoned general business and is 66 by 132. Erie County Auditor's land valuation is $15,820 according to the Erie County Auditor's website. Multiple applications have been received for this parcel since the city acquired it. It was determined that the highest and best use of this land is to retain it for the purpose of new residential development on East Market Street. Therefore, all applications previously received were denied, and the property was not for sale. So currently, a portion of this parcel is being used for rear access for the new development on East Market Street. So these last two parcels that were acquired will complete this block, or this side of the street for the block. The lots will be surveyed, and the land bank parcel will be split and combined into the new parcels that were acquired by the city. The new parcels will be marketed for sale, and if any cost in maintaining the parcel and preparing the parcel for sale may be recouped by the proceeds. So there's no budget impact on this. Property taxes will be collected once the properties are sold. But right now, we just wanted to advise you that this property will no longer be in the land bank as 216 Franklin. It's going to be combined in sorts, split and combined with these Market Street parcels that are not in the land bank. So the disposition update is recommended for approval at this time. Once approved, staff will move forward in the presentation or the preparation of the lots for marketing.
Do you need a motion of approval?
I do, yeah.
Okay. I will move approval of the recommended disposition strategy by staff.
Second.
Okay, any discussion on this one?
I do have one quick question. Says the lot's general business and the others that you're combining with is residential. Is that going to need a zoning change or not?
I believe we'll defer to the planning staff on that, but we'll make sure that before it's marketed, we will confer with them.
If I may, the parcels on Market Street are also general business. They will be sold, hopefully with commission's approval, through a real estate agent after the meeting on the 24th, with a deed restriction that the final use for the lots are for the development of a single-family home.
So I had a question. Now, the duplex, did it mention in here that that's currently being used to access those properties to the rear? Or did I misunderstand that?
I didn't hear a duplex.
Well, where that duplex was, the one that was torn down, the adjoining piece.
So the vacant lot that is,
Yeah,
that we're
there was a duplex.
currently
there.
talking about, there is a little spot where we had to make an easement, and it should be recorded.
Okay, but it's currently being used for access?
Yes.
Once it's combined, will it still be used for access, or is there other means to get access back?
The intention is that it will be used to access rear yards.
For those two units?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
I was thinking maybe it was used for access back, because I think at one point there was a drive back behind all those properties. Yeah. So that was a while ago.
Yeah. So did we have a second? No?
I moved.
Second, okay. All right, any further discussion? If not, we'll call the motion to approve.
Stuart Hastings,
Yes.
Colleen Gilson.
Yes.
Jared Oliver,
Yes.
Steve Pajali,
Yes.
John Orzak.
Yes.
All right. Now, thank you, and it is my understanding that since this lot will pretty much be combined or absorbed into the others, the only city commission approval that we will need on this is the purchase and sale agreements for the Market Street lots. So this particular will not go to city commission on its own. So thank you. That is all that I have. We do have room for any discussions or items that anybody wants to discuss? Otherwise,
No discussion, just a request, and I'm happy to work with you on this. Maybe at the May meeting, we can have an update as to the dispositions since last May and where we are with the land bank in terms of our holdings.
okay.
It's actually just a great way for you to show the hard work that you've been doing in this last year.
Okay. We'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you.